DNA testing. We both have sought to have further testing, only to be rebuffed. The testing we've sought involves more sophisticated technology than originally in place. Both cases involve police misconduct. In my case, this was not a good faith error. This was because the bottom drops out of that argument when you think about that once the DNA didn't match, they should have dropped the case and said they kept going. This misconduct in this case has been outlined by prior speakers, so I won't reiterate. I want to make an appeal to the current district attorney to allow more sophisticated testing. Either it's going to prove guilt, in which litigation can end, the specter of innocence disappears, or it'll prove innocence, which will enable an innocent person to regain their freedom, go on with their life as best they can, while providing investigative avenues for the actual perpetrator to be apprehended, or at least to have a conclusion. If the actual perpetrator is not alive any longer, at least we can have a conclusion. But the investigation needs to continue so that we can be sure that there's not another murderer on the loose. DNA testing is critical. It's absolutely critical to accurate judgments. Thank you very much. So before opening for question, I have a brief statement to make. I would just like to acknowledge in the audience the local radio show host of the show I've Been Falsely Accused, which is on 12:30 a.m. here in Nevada, KLAV. It's on Mondays from 2 to 5. I'm sorry, the show is called Conversations with Cogee, but he's committed once a month to run a show called I've Been Falsely Accused. He's lent his show, lent his voice, lent time in his program. Speaking about Kirstin's case, he's committed to me that he'll continue to do so, as well as covering wrongful conviction, teaching people, raising awareness, looking at individual cases, anything pertaining to wrongful convictions and the furtherance of raising awareness. And so I want to thank him for his efforts. We've been partnered now for some time, and that's resulted in this new series he has. I'd like to just ask him to step up just for a brief second to let's acknowledge Cogee, who's here tonight. And I also want to thank equally his producer, who's also with them, Ms. J. Hughes. So we'll allow Cogee to say something for a brief moment, and then we'll open for questions.
How y'all doing today?
Good.
I want to say God bless everybody for being here, that it definitely does take a community to come in and do what we're doing right now to fight justice, because as we can see, it's just us. We got to, if it was something happening on the strip, it would be sold out down there, but we're talking about saving lives, and y'all see we only have a few people. So that showed that we have a lot more work to do. And my radio show is open to anybody that want to come in and be a voice, of reason to explain why these things are unfair, why they're unjust. And I just want to say, as long as I got a mic, I am fighting for the city and fighting for what's right. With the Christian family, I want to say much love to you guys. Keep your head up. My show's always open to you guys. And even when I'm having a show going on, you can come in and be a co-host. And we can always keep her name and her whole situation in the flow of whatever we're talking about, because that's what I call justice. Thank you.
So if anyone has any questions, I'll field them at this time. Usually we need one person to be brave and step out there and ask the first question, and it flows pretty easily after that. And it appears as though we have just such a person. So.
Yes.